Welcome to the Walton County School District podcast,
Epic Exchanges,
where we peel back the curtain on the Walton County way. Excellence, professionalism, innovation, and collaboration. Welcome. I am Dr. Josh Bledsoe, Public Information Officer for the Walton County School District and your host for Epic Exchanges. Today, I have with me the Director of Human Resources, Miss Candy Bodie. Miss Bodie, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. It's a great day to be in Walton County School District.
Excellent. I'm glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk all about human resources. And first, I just kind of want to start out with getting you to kind of explain just a little bit of the breadth of area that human resources encompasses, because it's a lot more than just hiring people and personnel management.
Absolutely. It's way more than hiring. We need to recruit, to bring people to us. We need to advertise those open positions. We need to figure out what the needs of our district are and staff appropriately. We need to determine what those requirements are, the qualifications for those positions. Seek out people that meet those qualifications. We need to, once we get them onboarded, we do the background screenings, check the references. Once we get them onboarded with us and employed with us, then we have to maintain, give them their, provide their benefits, insurance, retirement. And then once they leave us, then they're retirees, and we take care of them as retirees as well. So we bring them in, and we take them along every single step of the way until they either retire or seek employment elsewhere.
Excellent. So let's kind of set the stage. Give us some round numbers about how many employees we're talking about right now. And Walton County is growing like crazy. And what does that mean for the number of employees that we're responsible for?
We have experienced tremendous growth. Our district has, and therefore our student population has increased, and so has the number of employees. So since the 2018-19 school year, in 2018-19, we had approximately 1,289 employees, 73 subs, so a total of about 1,362 employees of some sort. In 23-24, we have 1,668 employees, 223 substitutes, which is a total of 1,891 people. So we have grown tremendously. That's about a 39% growth since 2018-19.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. And of course, with that growth, I'm sure comes a little bit more stress on you guys, to just more things to handle, but you guys do it incredibly well. So that's amazing. So let's kind of jump to the requirements for being a teacher. Things have changed a lot lately with legislation, and it seems like it changes all the time. So what does it take to become a teacher in the state of Florida?
Well, and that has changed dramatically over the last couple of years with legislation. Used to, I would say you have to have at least a bachelor's degree. Now, that's not necessarily the case. There are new certification pathways that would allow someone to become a teacher that doesn't necessarily have a bachelor's yet. But I'll start with the more traditional pathways first, and then we'll go to the new pathways that are available. So, the most traditional is graduate of a teacher education program. Okay. And if you're in the state of Florida and you've graduated from a teacher ed program that's an approved program, then once you graduate, it's built in that you've met all of your requirements. So you apply for your teaching certificate and you're issued a professional certificate. Okay. Now, I want to say this. Everything I say is subject to the Florida Department of Education Bureau of Educator Certification is the ultimate authority. So anything I say, obviously, is the best source of information is DOE, Bureau of Educator Certification. But the next pathway is if you're an out-of-state. If you live out of state, you're a certified teacher or administrator. There is reciprocity with other states. So if you're a certified teacher or administrator, your certificate has not expired in that other state, and it's a state that aligns with our subject areas and standards, then you can apply with DOE for a certificate, and most likely, as long as the subject areas align, then most likely you'll be issued a professional certificate from the state of Florida. The next pathway that's very common is a career changer or college graduate of a non-education program. So for this pathway, you'd have to have a bachelor's degree or higher from an approved institution. And you would apply. Now, this is really important, and I highly recommend you do your research before you make application. But for those people that have a bachelor's degree and they want to teach, but they weren't trained as a teacher in their college program, then they would need to go on the website, on the DOE website, and apply for a temporary certificate. And it's going to be real important that they try to pick a subject area that most closely aligns to their degree major. If there's not one, then they might have to take a subject area exam before they're issued a statement of eligibility. So we can hire someone that has a statement of eligibility indicating that they are eligible to be issued a temporary certificate. For people that apply, let's say they have a degree in an area that doesn't align with a subject area. Let's say they have a degree in business and they apply for elementary ed K-6 certification. Well, that's not going to align, and they're probably going to get a statement of eligibility says they are not eligible to be issued a temporary certificate. In that case, what they would have to do is take and pass the K-6 elementary ed subject area exam, and then once they do that, they would be most likely issued a statement of eligibility saying they are eligible, and then we could hire them. Now, I mentioned some other pathways that don't necessarily require a bachelor's. These are newly added in the past year or so. One is the temporary teacher internship certification pathway. And for this, you'd have to be enrolled in a state-approved teacher prep program with an in-progress field experience or internship at a public school. You have to have passed the subject area exam. You have to have a minimum of 60 college credits with a 2.5 GPA, and you must be actively completing the required program field experience or internship at a public school. So this is a pathway that someone could get a certificate, a temporary teacher internship certificate, and teach. The other is a military veterans certification pathway, and the requirements for that are a minimum of 48 months of military service with honorable or medical discharge, minimum of 60 college credits with a 2.5 GPA or higher, passing score on a Florida subject area exam, and employment in a Florida school district. So those are some different pathways. The best source of information, like I said, is the Florida Department of Education. We do have links to DOE on our website. You go to HR department and go to the educator certification page, and the links are there. So, and on that page, there's also helpful information for our employees that are needing to renew their certificate. So there's just a lot of possibilities, and we are looking for great teachers. And to be hired as a teacher, you must be certified or have a statement of eligibility. So it's very important if people are interested in that they start looking now and making application now for that certificate.
Excellent. So it really seems like regardless of your background, I mean, barring you've got to have some level of education, there is a pathway to become a teacher, be that a regular, teaching degree or change of field or military service. There is a way for you to become a teacher. And I understand that some of these changes are to try to get more teachers because we are experiencing a teacher shortage nationwide. Now, interestingly enough, nationwide there may be a teacher shortage, but here in Walton County, we're actually doing quite well in that area. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have managed in the midst of the pandemic a few years ago, and there is a true teacher shortage nationwide. Our district has successfully staffed our schools. We met class size requirements, and we are doing very well with our state scores and meeting the needs of our students, and really doing things in epic fashion in Walton County School District.
Well, speaking of epic fashion, let's dive into why there's not a teacher shortage here in Walton County. So Walton County has the highest starting teacher pay for a public school district in Northwest Florida. And I'm going to let you kind of talk a little bit about the compensation package, because I think aside, of course, the way we take care of our teachers from the administrative level, district level, administrative level on down is epic. It's top notch. You're not going to find a district that supports its employees any better than Walton County. We are committed to making sure our teachers are successful. And with that success, with that incredible teaching comes the appropriate compensation package. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So our starting salary for instructional personnel is $55,000 a year. Now that's working 196 days at 7.5 hours per day. I will say, though, no teacher will tell you that they only work 196 days and work 7.5 hours per day. It is a demanding job, but it's also a rewarding job, and you're touching the lives of children and changing the future. But the contract is 196 days, 7.5 hours a day, $55,000 starting salary. We also have opportunities for advanced degree pay. If you have a master's, now there is a caveat here. The advanced degree must be in a subject area that's on the teaching certificate, on your teaching certificate. So that's something to note for people that are interested in getting a master's or a specialist or a doctorate degree. If you want to be paid for that advanced degree as a teacher, need to pick an area that you're going to be certified in. But anyway, the master's advanced degree supplement pay is $3,500, specialist $5,000, and doctorate $6,600. So, a starting teacher with a doctorate could come in making $61,600 to begin with. Okay, and another thing that has changed over the past few years is new hires to the district, or all of our district personnel, are awarded all years of related verified years of experience. Previously, there was a cap on that for people coming into the district, but that cap has been removed. Now, I will say, if you have retired and you join us, you wouldn't get credit for years used for retirement purposes for the salary schedule, okay? But also, we are in need of SLPs, which are speech-language pathologists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, BCBAs, school psychologists. We're typically needing those positions as well. Those positions receive an additional $13,265 added to the base salary.
Wow.
So there are additional opportunities to earn money for any teacher wanting to earn extra supplements, tutoring, summer employment. There are lots of opportunities to take that base salary and add more to your income on top of the base.
Right. So if you're an elementary school teacher, but you really have a passion for baseball, you can go be a baseball coach at the middle school or the high school and receive a supplement for that. Help with clubs and all of those kinds of things. So there's lots of opportunities to pad that base salary.
Absolutely.
And then let's talk about padding that base salary. If you are a great teacher, every year you're going to get evaluated by your principal. So what does that look like? And it's called performance pay, right? So what does that look like? If you're a great teacher, if you really put in the work to get that highly effective rating or effective rating, what does that do to your salary, and how does that compound over time?
Oh, it's huge. Right now, no, I want to say that this is negotiated each year, but at this time, our performance pay for effective, if you received effective the previous year. Now, I want to say this. New hires to our county would not receive performance pay for evaluations that were conducted in another district. So your first year to our district, you won't receive performance pay. You stay a second year, get evaluated. In that second year, what your performance pay, you would receive it, and it'd be based on that evaluation in your first year. So performance pay right now, though, effective is $2,500. Highly effective is $3,350. So here's the way it works. For each year, let's say you join us this year, you're a new teacher, $55,000 is your base, okay? Next year, let's just assume everything remains the same. The next year, let's say you were highly effective. No, let's say you were just let's say you were effective, which is wonderful. You were effective your first year with us. So your second year, you'd get the $55,000 plus $2,500, which would get you to $57,500, and that stays part of your salary going forward. So each year, your performance pay adds to your previous year's salary. You don't lose it. So through the years, it adds on, and you do not lose it.
So just with 3350, hypothetically, after that first, it's hard to get highly effective your first year because there's some of the evaluation criteria that you really just aren't open to that first year. But let's say that 5 years goes by and you get effective your first year and then highly effective the next. You could go in 5 years and jump from 55,000 to be 70,000.
Absolutely.
Or depending on negotiation,
right. Absolutely, depending on negotiations, because the 55 is the starting salary right now, but we haven't started negotiations for 24-25. And, we do have teacher salary increase allocation, so I anticipate that base will go up. That starting salary will go up.
And speaking of starting salary go up, 2 years ago, what was the base salary?
2 years ago, it was, I think, $47,500.
And then last year was 50,000 even, right? Mm-hmm. And then now we're at 55. So in just 2 years, the base salary has risen $8,000.
Yes.
So it's good. It's good to be a teacher in Walton County, and that we can kind of point back. We can absolutely point back to A. Russell Hughes, our superintendent, who is, we would say, from the ranks. He started as a teacher and worked his way up to an administrator and then now superintendent. So he sees the value of our teachers, and he places an incredible value on taking care of our teachers, making sure that our teachers are well compensated for the work that they do, because he understands, the contract says you're going to get there at 7:15 and you can leave at 2:45, but reality is you're going to put in extra time, and that's because we hire people who are dedicated individuals who want to do a great job. And you talked about some extra positions, the mental health counselor and whatnot. When we're talking, there are an incredible breadth of jobs available in the district. It's not just being a teacher. So, there's instructional aides and bus drivers and bus aides and maintenance individuals and janitorial. It's a huge breadth of people. So if you're out there and you're thinking about, man, I need a great job with great benefits that I can stay at a long time and get a great retirement, Walton County is the place to do it. So let's talk a little bit about benefits then. That's kind of built into that total compensation package. So talk a little bit about the benefits that are offered and kind of what that does to the total compensation package.
Well, first of all, we're a participating member of the Florida Retirement System. So if you've been employed in another FRS member institution, then you come to work for us and you just continue to add on to earn your years of service towards your retirement. But as far as like health insurance benefits, the board there pays 100% of the employee only base medical insurance. So that is a huge benefit provided to the employee. It's almost $900 a month. It's a little less than that, but it's almost $900 a month that the board puts toward that. The board also provides 1-800-MD, which is a telemedicine. All employees get that, and it is wonderful at no charge. At 24/7, you can talk to a medical professional and get some medical help when you need it. The board also provides a $10,000 life insurance benefit. And then for those people that don't need our health insurance, that have other health insurance, the board provides a hospital indemnity plan that includes hospital indemnity plan, disability insurance, and then a $20,000 life insurance benefit. So our board and our superintendent really believe in taking good care of our employees and their families. And so these benefits are they go above and beyond in working toward that effort.
Excellent. So, that base plan. You're recently out of college and you're not married yet, no kids. I mean, that's a huge money saver that you don't have to put anything towards your health plan. And then, of course, there's a lot of other benefits that maybe individuals don't think about. Time off, being able to accrue a day of sick leave every month, and you're given how many when you get here? Is it 6?
You're fronted 4 days when you get here.
Okay, and you'll make that up on the back end by not being awarded, but you're fronted 4 days, and then you accrue 1 day per month. So yes, you have that ability. If you've got a doctor's office, you've got a sick child at home, you've got something that happens that you just didn't foresee. You've got that time off that you can take, and bereavement leave as well that doesn't count towards your sick leave or towards your annual leave. So there's just a number of things that the district offers that makes this job even more attractive than it already is. So you talked about that 196 days, and I think one of the things that is incredible about this position and the way we're compensated is that if you're a teacher, you're going to get paid your salary, but you're also going to get the 2 weeks off at Christmas to spend with your family. You're going to get the week of spring break and the week of Thanksgiving Day, and then nearly 2 months off during the summer. So it's an excellent job because there's time built in to take vacations and to spend time with your family. So that's incredible. So Walton County is a great place to work. We probably have less turnover than most districts because of that. It's a great place to be. So, but we always need people. So if you are interested in applying, what do we need? What do they need to do?
Well, the first thing they would need to do is visit our employment page on our website. And when you get there, you'll see view open positions. So I'm sure the first thing you'd want to do is see what's advertised, what's out there, what are the open positions we have right now. So you'd click on view open positions. And when you go to that page, on the right side, you'd select whichever type of position you're interested in, whether it's education support professional, instructional, or administrative. Once you look at those positions and say, yeah, I'm interested, I want to apply for one of these positions, well, then you'd need to create an account. And so there are instructions on the left side of that page to show you how. You just to go step by step completing that account. And completing the account, as you're completing it, you are actually completing your application. Okay, so we call that your application profile. So you're entering all this information about yourself, all of your resume. If you have any certificates, you would attach all of those things to your application profile. Once you've created that account and completed that application profile, then you're ready to apply for whatever job you want. So you would just click on the job tabs and select the jobs you want to apply for. Now, I do want to say this, and this is an issue lots of people, we answer questions about this regularly. They say, I'm trying to apply for this teaching job, and I'm not able, I don't see it as an option. I know it's open, but I don't see it as an option for me to apply for it. It could be because they don't have the proper profile in their application. So if you want to apply for a teaching position, you need to make sure instructional, certified, licensed is part of your application profile. If you want to apply for an administrative position, you need to make sure administrator is part of your application profile. Otherwise, you won't have the ability to apply for those positions. Bottom line, though, is if you have questions, our office is here to help you with anything related to applying for jobs or things like that.
Excellent. So if you're watching, then in the description portion of this video on YouTube, there will be a link to the Human Resources page as well. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform, we'll put that link in the description of the podcast as well. So you can go right from your phone, head over to the Walton County School District's website and check it out and start applying. Excellent. So we have a job fair coming up in 3 weeks, I think, May 14th.
Yes, sir.
And that's something that we do every year. So even if you are listening to this at any time of year, there's probably a job fair right around the corner. But let's talk a little bit about what that entails and how that's set up. And if you're interested, why it might benefit you to visit that job fair.
Absolutely. We are excited about our job fair. It was we had a lot of success last year, got some great talent that we brought to our district. So we're hoping and planning and expecting for another successful job fair this year. It's May 14th from 5:30 to 7:30 in the chat room at the Wise Center, which is located at 555 Walton Road, Defuniak Springs, Florida. And what we'll have is every single school and department in Walton County School District will be represented. They'll have a table or a booth, and we'll also have our positions thus far that we have identified as being open for 24-25. We'll have those advertised. So at that time, so you can meet. It's a great time to network. You get to learn about other schools and departments, find out what's available, and then you'll have more information. It gives you a chance. It gives the administrator to see you and to meet you and know whenever they see your application pop up, they'll be able to connect a name with a face. And so it's wonderful. It's great for the administrators. It's great for the applicants. So I definitely encourage everyone that's interested in seeking job opportunities in Walton County School District to attend that job fair on May 14th.
Excellent. Yes. So by that point, you'll have all the open positions, and they'll be listed there at the school. So if you're somebody that's interested in applying, that's a great opportunity to come meet the administrator, like you said, so that when that application comes through, that administrator's memory, as John goes, oh yeah, I met that person at the job fair, and they seemed really excited and on top of it. They've got a lot of great experience, and that's going to bode well in the selection process, being able to put a personality with a name. So that's excellent. So where can individuals who are interested in finding out more, where can they go?
Well, our website for sure. And I do want to say that circling back to the job fair, there will be a lot of positions open, but I want to stress not all of our positions will have been allocated for 24-25 on May 14th, by May 14th. So if you're there and you're like, this one really isn't a good fit, or you apply and it doesn't work out, there will be more opportunities. We'll be advertising throughout the summer. There's a lot of changes that occur, transfers and things like that. So I want to stress, though, that May 14th, we'll have a lot of opportunities, but it won't be the end of our opportunities for 24-25 because we will be advertising until the last position is filled throughout the summer.
That's something you jogged my memory that the school year starts in August, but there is turnover during the year, and there are positions that go unfilled for a period of time. So if you're interested, you don't, and it's September or October, and you go, oh man, I missed the school year. That's not necessarily the case. You can apply in the middle of the year. There are still positions that might open up in the middle of the year. So keep your eyes on the open positions on the website, and you may find that something pops up in the middle of the year that's just perfect for you. So keep looking there. So at any rate, they've got questions. They want to find out more information. Where can they go?
Well, like I said, visit our HR page on the website, and it has all of our HR team members with our contact information. And if you're not sure who handles the question that you have, then contact our HR staff secretary, Teresa Crawford, and she would be your first point of contact and be able to connect you with the person that would be able to best assist you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Bodie. I've certainly learned a lot, and I know that our listenership and viewers will too. And hopefully we will see some of your applications rolling through. So thank you, Ms. Bodie.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we are looking forward to another wonderful, successful 24-25 and looking to add only the best to our team, our EPIC team.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for joining us for this episode of Epic Exchanges. Again, I'm Dr. Josh Bledsoe, Public Information Officer for the Walton County School District, with Miss Candy Bodie, our Director of Human Resources. Thank you so much. We will be back with you next month.